Okay, Scott, you wanted a video response to answering stupid questions or ridiculous comments on YouTube. Took me a little bit to get the webcam thing working. I'm just going to make a quick video. I'm waiting to go to work. I've collected guns, traded guns and that for years, since I was 16 years old. Mostly military guns. Everyone has their own favorites, whether it be Winchesters or guns of the Old West or whatever. I happen to like military rifles, pistols. And yeah, YouTube, I've seen a lot of videos of people doing really ridiculous crap that's borderline unsafe. Some of it is unsafe, and those are the videos that get the most results or most hits or views. And I try to make my videos just basically to share my knowledge and information. I don't know everything about guns, and some areas I know more than not. And I just basically make videos to help people that are less informed than me from years of experience and knowledge I have, because there is a lot of disinformation, whether it's with firearms, antiques, or just about anything people communicate with. Rumors, ridiculous stories, things that just aren't true. And a lot of these people that are prone to just pick up these weird ideas and run with them, when you try to argue a point with them, they start getting really bizarre. I've seen things. I had a friend who had a P-38 he bought. And of course this guy, he's got more money than sense. He supposedly buys a German World War II P-38 with an original holster. So what he ends up with is a P-38 somebody brought back home from the war, and in the 50s it was popular to go to auto body shops, and they use a type of chrome plating that you apply with a brush or something. So I'm not quite sure how it's done, but I've seen it done in several handguns, and it's been chrome plated. It had a Luger holster, which wasn't an original P-38 style holster, and it came in a Luger holster, was original, and somebody went and took a cap badge and jammed the hole in the front of the flap of the holster and stuck a cap badge in there. And he's telling me, I went online, I went to the gun broker and several websites looking up holsters, and I never found a holster just like this one, so it must be real rare. And I got a P-38, an original one, it's nickel plated. And I said, well, the Germans didn't nickel, chrome, or plate any of their guns, and they didn't go around jabbing holes in the front of their holster flaps to stick cap devices or hat devices in there, swastikas or skull and crossbones. I said, all that crap was done after the war, and it all takes away from the value of the holster, the gun, the whole 9 yards. And the gun it didn't work. It had problems. And, he paid some ridiculous price, like $600 for it or something. And I'm like, you should have asked me. But then I did that once with him, and he takes me out there, and some guy was conning him. And I knew the guy, too. He hangs around, and it's like, if I tell him, well, you're screwing him, then you're going to get in the middle of an argument and a fight, and everybody's going to hate you. So I kind of avoid a lot of that. And but anyway, this guy wanted me, when I went to a gun show, to try to sell this pistol. So I go with the pistol, I'm walking around with it at the gun show, and people are looking at it, and basically most people told me the most they'd give me for the gun was $350. And I said, I thought so. He wanted $500 for it. He figured the holster was worth $100. So a guy come up to me and looks at me and goes, is that a Luger? Can I look at it? I said, no, it's a P-38. And he goes, it's a Luger, right? And he's got a hold of the gun, he's looking at it. I said, it's a P-38. Well, it's a Luger, right? And I look at him and I'm like, all right, it's a Walter. And he goes, oh, yeah. And I'm like, just give me the gun back before I smash you upside the head. It's ridiculous. And then we're walking away. My wife was with me. And my wife looks at me and goes, "How stupid could somebody be?" She goes, "Even I know a Luger has them little round things on the back of it." And I said, "Okay, there's one observation from someone that knows zero about firearms. They can tell the difference between a Luger and a P38. And you'll get a lot of stupid comments and that, and just, I've seen people, like I said, I've collected guns all my life, and I kind of got out of gun collecting because when you do get valuable, rare things, there's a very small group of people that really know what you have and what the true value of it is. You get a lot of these quote-unquote gun experts and that do all kinds of bizarre stuff, say things, make comments, tell you it's fake, tell you it's wrong, but not a single one of them are going to give you any money for anything you have. Yeah, I can see where you kind of got upset and just going back and forth. The thing about that guy that really I like is when he said that he used cigarette butts as hearing protection. He found some cigarettes butts on the ground and pulled the filters out and jammed them in his ears. So you can tell you're dealing with somebody who's really out there, gone, whatever, a real professional shooter, gun expert. But yeah, I was going to make a video with Mausers and bent bolts and everything, but you know, I guess them bent bolts do work on sniper rifles. I was off on a tangent somewhere, but yeah, comments from people, you can get some pretty stupid stuff, whether it's at a gun show, on YouTube, or what gets me is the forums. You go to different forums on guns or gun collecting, you know, they'll be for like AR-15 forum, AK-47 forum, and I do find useful information from people posted on some of the postings about older guns and stuff, or reloading, just what kind of load the guy's using. Some people give you some information there. And the thing about those is those have been around a lot longer, or I've been using those before I used YouTube. Is a person will ask a question about a gun or the ammo or reloading it or something, and you know, someone who just doesn't know, just hey, you know, you guys talk about this, what's, you know, and he'll ask a question about reloading it or what type of bullet to use or something, and you'll get somebody will start to reply about it. And I remember it was about a black powder cartridge gun, something about the bullet or something. And the guy was trying to explain something about the ammunition or the cartridge and, you know, how you'd load it or the different options you'd have. And one guy chimes in, "Well, what's the best black powder cartridge gun of all times?" And all of a sudden, this post is getting bombarded with all these ridiculous things. "Well, I think such and such caliber is the best. Well, I always thought this was." And they're covering all these ridiculous posts that have nothing to do with the guy's original question. It's just basically someone's opinion. And then they go off on tangents to different things, of which gun is better, or what, you know. And the person really didn't get his question answered, and I'm trying to get the same question I have, something similar, answered. And you have to sort through about 50 of these idiotic posts on this question because people just want to chime off and show that they're experts or babble incoherently about ridiculous nonsense that means nothing. You know, I guess they just want to be heard or be posted there, have their opinion on the internet. So yeah, it can try you. You know, even if you're, like I said, at the gun shows, I've heard more stupid stuff and ridiculous comments than you can imagine. But yeah, I can see where you got ticked off, and it does bother. Sometimes it's best just to ignore them. Like when people leave stupid comments on my videos, I just don't even reply to them or answer them. You know, if somebody asks me a legitimate question, I try to email them some sort of response as quick as I can, but I don't get into these ridiculous arguments about things with people who obviously don't know what the hell they're talking about. Well, that's my 2 cents on the subject, and like you said, you want a video response, and there you go.